Hi there, my name is Tracy from Randomness of Rudy, and in this video we're going to talk about Leo in a relationship with Scorpio. This is a part of my YouTube series, The Leo Experience, where I take a look at Leo the Lion in relationships with each sign of the zodiac. And so if you haven't seen the first video I did where I go a bit more in depth on what it's actually like to date a Leo, please go back and check that out. Leo with Scorpio is a tough match. Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some positives, but there are an equal amount of negatives. And really what this coupling boils down to is a willingness to put forth the effort. The thing is, when you bring a lion and scorpion together, if it works, it can be quite the power dynamic. Both signs are very strong-willed, both signs are highly committed, both signs are fixed in nature, and both signs are loyal. And so this is a relationship that kind of embodies strength and determination, and just really the necessity of a comfortable life, a happy life, and a life that involves a strong connection. And that is definitely something that makes up this pair, that is a part of the relationship between Leo and Scorpio. However, it can take some time to get to that point, and it can involve a lot of adjustments for both signs, and it can also be quite frustrating for both signs. And so that's why I say that while this is a match that can certainly go the distance, it involves quite a bit of effort. Now, if you are a Leo or a Scorpio and you are looking at dating a Leo or a Scorpio, know that your partner, once he or she commits, is committed, okay? And that may be just enough. But also keep in mind that, the relationship will never be boring. It may be highly dramatic, and there is the chance that one or both of you may decide, can't do this, all right? That is my disclaimer for this relationship. Now, when we get down to the nitty-gritty, the reason why it can be such a difficult match is because of your elements. Leo is a fire sign, Scorpio is a water sign. Fire and water just don't go well together. The other side of this is that Scorpio is this energy that's full of depth and highly emotional. And Leo, in the meantime, is this free-spirited energy that moves through life in a way that's almost carefree. And these are the things that will attract you to each other. But as you move through the relationship, Leo will begin to notice that Scorpio takes things way too personally. And on the flip side, Scorpio will begin to notice that Leo can be quite selfish, okay? And you get these traits honestly, and interestingly enough, you share these same traits. But your elements is really what it boils down to in terms of the difficulty that you experience in this relationship. So keep that in mind. You both operate very differently, and you will have to be aware of this and make the necessary adjustments if this relationship is to go the distance. Sexual compatibility could be what saves you. It could be what keeps you connected, even long after any pleasantries are gone. The sex between you is really the glue that ties here, because you both will just have a very powerful emotional and intimate connection, and you won't be able to find that easily with anybody else. And this could be the area where you come to see time and time again just how much you really do care for one another. And so keep this in mind when you do have your disagreement, or when you do feel like you're reaching the end of your ropes and can't go any further. Keep this in mind, in that the tenderness that you show one another in the bedroom really exemplifies the tender feelings that you have for each other, even if it's difficult to show, okay? When it comes to your arguments, you're going to have some arguments, and it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So hopefully, number one, you two started off as friends, because if you did, then it just gives you that much more of an understanding of one another. And number two, you want to keep in mind that neither of you are always right, okay? Scorpio tends to think that Scorpio is always right. Leo tends to think Leo is always right. Fact of the matter is, it's not true for either of you. Neither of you are always right. And so when it comes to your disagreements, you are really going to have to focus on listening to each other. You're really going to have to focus on hearing one another. And also, you're going to have to focus on reaching a compromise when all is said and done. You're both so fixed in your ways. You both are so self-righteous. You both are so strong-willed and so determined. And that speaks of the power dynamic between you when you're working as a team. But it can also be what separates you as you move through the tests of time in this relationship, okay? So, Leo with Scorpio, just to recap, it's a tough match. And both signs will have to be committed to the relationship in order for the relationship to work. It can't be one-sided. It has to involve the two of you. But if you're able to overcome your difficulties, if you're able to put forth the effort and grow and evolve and really surrender to the beauty that this relationship can create, you will be better for it. If you want more information, feel free to visit my website at randomnessofrudy.com. And until next time, good luck.